All right, heavy rains in KwaZulu-Natal have led to widespread flooding, severe road damage and the collapse of critical infrastructure. So the devastating floods have claimed the lives of 2 people so far, with authorities fearing that the death toll could rise as more rain is expected in the days to come. Emergency services remain on high alert as rescue teams work tirelessly to assist affected communities and assess the extent of the damage. So residents in low-lying areas again being urged to evacuate to safer ground as water levels continue to rise. Let's go now to SABC News reporter Nonjabulo Mtungwa Makamo. Nonjabulo, good morning to you. I can only but imagine, I see you standing with your umbrella there. I mean, the devastation for these families. This rain has been consistent, it's been persistent, while others are still trying to pick up the pieces of their broken lives. We've got more tragedy that has struck.
Well, yes, of course. Good morning to you, Criselda, and the viewers. Yes, indeed. A lot of people, Criselda, if you remember very well, 2 weeks ago, they were actually still trying to pick up the pieces from the devastation that had occurred. Those were areas especially that lies along the coast on the south of Durban. And of course, from Thursday, that orange level 6 alert from the South African Weather Service. It was indeed a devastation to a number of residents, especially those that are here on the west side of Durban. Currently, I'm actually in Pinetown. This is said to be one of the most affected areas under the city of eThekwini. And of course, I'm standing just behind this river. It's known as the Umbilo River, Criselda. Now, this is where the remains of the 54-year-old woman who went missing on a Thursday night, coming from work and making home. Apparently, she was still trying, to make her way home when she was washed away into this river. On Thursday night, it was quite difficult for the rescue team to try and locate her car as well as her remains. But eventually, on a Friday, that was yesterday, very early yesterday morning, they were able, Criselda, to recover her remains. We've been told that she will be laid to rest tomorrow. We've also been given information by the Department of Kokta here in the province, saying that there is also another death that has been confirmed. That is the second death of a 10-year-old boy that was said to have taken place on Thursday night as well. It was a lightning strike. But here in this area of Pinetown, a lot of residents, Criselda, they are concerned because there are a number of low-lying, areas that live near this river, as well as some of, low-level bridge. And a lot of community members are asking authorities, to address this issue. But just to speak to us more, it is one of the residents here of Pinetown. It is Miss Wendy Baxter. Wendy, thank you so much for joining us. I know we were talking, you were saying that you are concerned. There's yet another level or warning from the South African Weather Service for today, alert yellow level 4. And of course, they said that it could cause disruptive, a damage and a rain in this area as well. Just your concerns around that. I know you're living next to this river and you are concerned.
Yes, absolutely. We have had gabion baskets fitted by the municipality last year, April, which is still not complete. So unfortunately, because it hasn't been completed, this infrastructure still continually gets hammered and pounded. It's our community sewage and water and wastewater on the bridge mainly that gets compromised by the storm, because the lower bridge, which is Stapleton, which is a regional road, they're doing massive big work there, gabion baskets, new culverts to try and secure that bridge, because it is a knock-on effect. All the debris, everything gets caught in the bridge and then comes back up into a whirlpool effect, affecting all our infrastructure.
Wendy, I know that you were here when the rescue and operation missions were actually taking place here. Just tell us about the level of this bridge, because we were told that at that time it had risen.
Oh, absolutely. It's actually for the first time since the Gabions, it's come up over the gabions, but very gently, not viciously. It still stayed in the canal, but it came up over, I don't know if you can see by the camera, with my fence up there, about 900 millimeters up the fence and into the gardens, into our private properties. But it did recede quite quickly. But at the time of the recovery, the river was probably level with this gabion. So it made it a very challenging recovery, and very, very sad indeed to witness.
Thank you so much, Griselda. That is Wendy Baxter, who is one of the residents here in the area of Pinetown in Sanya. Well, of course, the authorities have said that they are still busy with various emergency services as well as the disaster management teams. They are trying to ascertain the extent of damage. They've also said that they are in constant communications with various other municipalities just to see, especially those along the coast on the south of the province. And of course, they have also urged residents to remain on high alert. They've asked the motorists to probably stay off the road and also avoid crossing any swollen bridges and so forth. But over and above that, residents who are living in low-lying areas, they've been asked, Griselda, to evacuate or just probably to seek shelter on higher ground. For now, it's back to you in studio.
Nonjabulo, thank you so much, especially in that terrible weather, bringing us that report. Thank you very much indeed. Our team in KwaZulu-Natal will be giving us the latest, certainly, on how that story develops. It's been devastating over the past couple of days, while families continue to try to rebuild. More heavy rains now leading to more devastation. Our teams dedicated out on the field there to try and bring us the latest regarding to that. Emergency services also on high alert throughout this weekend. Temperatures really not seeming to let up at this stage.